here we are again. We are back with another interview. This time, I'm going to butcher your name when I say it, but that's okay. Nundale.
Very right.
That's right. All right. I did not butcher it. All right. We're here at Nundale. Also known in the normal world as Olivier. He runs Aerogrid Recordings, and I'm very happy to have him here in Portland.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I have 5 pretty generic questions here. We're gonna go through them. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm just, a guy who loves music, comes from Switzerland, has lived all over the world, and is now in Portland, and just enjoying making more music, contributing to the art community, and, just like living life, like taking things easy.
Nice. Good stuff. All right. How would you describe your music? It's a horrible question, but I love asking.
Yeah, I dread that one. How would you describe the stuff you do? I mean, it's first off, it changes all the time.
Right.
Like, there's no such thing like this is my music, that's it. Like, over time, I feel like I have faster periods, I have slower periods, but there's always been this underlying, I guess, darkness that I really connect with, because I myself, even though I'm a cheerful person, I really connect with dark literature, dark movies, melancholic things. So in my music, I think that kind of like reflects, and it's something that I really like to, like work on or work through with my music. And other than that, I take a lot of inspiration from traditional industrial music and a lot of 90s IDM.
Yeah.
But I think mostly actually from like electronic body music and really early Odd-Tecker and even Boards of Canada. It's kind of like those are my mainstays. It's hard to run away from them.
I have a little bit of all of those things as well.
Yeah. It's tough. The all-time greats.
Well, I mean, I feel like everything you just mentioned, either from a movement or a particular artist, they all kind of set a tone in the same way that like Dizzy Gillespie and like Miles Davis set a tone for what they were doing, and it's hard to get away from that. like working inside of these genres. I mean,
it's just crazy when you hear an artist and you suddenly feel like, oh shit, they are expressing what I'm feeling. Like, it's almost like with Boards of Canada, for example, to me it's like they continuously put out the soundtrack of my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's just exactly how I felt at that very moment. And then sometimes you're almost like, I wish I had been, as aware and conscious as a musician back then, and as free to do what they did.
Yeah.
Because now you can't escape the pull, you can't escape the influence.
Right.
It's there to stay.
It is there to stay. Yeah, I definitely oscillate in between like wanting to be as original as I can inside of these genres, but also like wanting to bring back the thing where we pay homage to those traditions.
Yeah.
And those lineages. And accept the fact that that's happening.
I mean, that is a very delicate dance.
It is.
Right? And a lot of people then kind of fall for this, like they mimic the music. They use the rules, they use the methods, and then it's kind of dead.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the music has no life. I think it's still important, even if you use a container that has certain structures, like BPM or even polymeters or whatever, you have to infuse it with life, something unique that is you. And that
has to still be expression.
Yeah, exactly.
Exercise.
Yeah. I always like to say, like, music is either expression or it's impression. When you're too impressed, then your expression suffers, and you just start copying.
Yeah.
Copy paste.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, where so many people have access to tools that 20 years ago were just not affordable, not around, that kind of copy paste mentality, I mean, it's there, right?
It's there.
There's a lot of noise,
What I've said many times about that, and I'll probably say many more times, is I like it because everybody they're not magic boxes anymore. We don't know how it happens. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah.
And everybody can do it, but who's doing the stuff that's actually expressive, and actually moving and meaningful?
I mean, I will just say that not every tune needs to be a Bandcamp release.
No, not at all. I hope not.
We're just kind of drifting towards this. Everything is a release. Everything is content. Everything must be somehow put into the ether. Where before, just a couple of decades ago, there was curation, there was intent, there was hard work, and there was like this authenticity in the expression. I think it's great that we have this, that music tools and access to music has been democratized. I think that's amazing because music should be accessible to everyone. But to then release, and there's this word release. A release is a release.
Yeah.
It is a personal release. It's like for me, when I get something out that I worked on for a year, I'm relieved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go back.
Same.
I move forward. I'm like, I feel healthy and I feel like, great, let's move on.
Speaking of, what inspires you to make music? I think we just touched on that a lot in that last question, but what inspires you to make the music that you make?
I will just say that it is an innate urge. It's something that's always been in me. I needed to bang on anything, and the piano and the drums, or like my mom's pans and pots.
Mm-hmm.
There was always this urge to like make a sound. I'm obsessed with rhythm. I have a long time piano education, and I love chords because chords are good at, they can easily transmit a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Chords can do that.
Oh yeah.
But rhythm is tribal. Rhythm is primal. Rhythm is something basic, and I connect with that. So for me, it's a necessity. It's not even like, oh, let's make music. For me, it's just like, let's be. Let's do it, and I will start. I always gravitate towards that. Yeah.
Nice. How different is your relationship with making music now than it was when you started?
Oh, jeez. I mean, I started a long time ago.
We're talking about pots and pans in the kitchen.
Well, yeah.
Versus now.
Well, the thing is that, can I call that music? I mean, I guess, but I think my relationship now, and I will say this, it's not easy for me to say, but it's a little broken, because when I started really at a young age, I was free. I had no genres and styles, and I didn't know. I was just doing, I was just banging around, and I had my first keyboard. I was doing crazy shit. I was free.
Right.
Now I wish I was that free again. Because now, you're like, oh, IDM, oh, brain dance, oh, electronica, oh, no, you can't do this, you should do that. There's always this weird self-imposed limitation that sometimes poisons my relationship with music, where I have to like almost zoom out and re-examine myself, be like, dude, you're doing it again.
Yeah.
Don't.
So,
be free.
With that said, for the last question, what are you doing tonight?
Probably just going home and sleep. I'm playing a set, I guess.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long. The set is almost entirely improvisation, which is something I usually don't do. It's also like with equipment I don't really know that I just got. So it's like my first walking steps with that equipment.
I like that.
But I put a lot of work into my samples. So the samples I used tonight, I put a lot of work into that. That's where right now sound design is really like my prime focus. And so I'm gonna try to bring the heat.
I'm looking forward to it.
We shall see.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this in this experiment. Thank you for the interview, and thank you all for watching. And we have more for you soon.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Shake hands. I'm just kidding.